6:45 a.m. The sound isn't an alarm. It's a soft collective vibration. The faint buzz of phones lighting up on nightstands in 100 apartments in a complex off South Lamar Boulevard in Austin, Texas. One of them belongs to Sarah Bennett. She's 32, a marketing manager, and before her eyes even fully focus, her thumb finds the glowing screen. It's a parade of digital receipts. A DoorDash order from last night. $42.67 for tacos and guacamole she barely tasted because she was answering Slack messages. A cheery email from Klarna. Your payment for those jeans is ready. A push notification from TikTok. A girl she went to college with is kayaking in crystal blue water in the Maldives. The caption reading, PTO well spent, and then like a cold splash of water, a news alert. Inflation holds steady, necessities see 4.2% year-over-year increase. Sarah swings her legs out of bed. The gray light of a February morning filters through the blinds, painting stripes on the floor. She can already feel the low hum of anxiety in her chest, a feeling as familiar as her own heartbeat. She pads into her kitchen, the cool tile under her feet, and starts the coffee maker, a sleek, single-serve pod machine that clicks and whirs with a sound that promises efficiency. She taps her phone again, opening her banking app. The login feels like bracing herself. The number hasn't changed much since yesterday. $1,873. It's the 7th of the month, and rent auto-deducts in 6 days. That's $1,575 for her one bedroom. She does the mental math, a brutal arithmetic she's perfected. The coffee tastes bitter. This is Sarah's normal. She makes $85,000 a year. By all the old metrics, she should be fine. But her money seems to evaporate, seeping out through a dozen tiny, invisible holes. As she gets ready for work, the shower steam, the scent of her sandalwood body wash, the feel of the blow-dryer warming her hair, her mind runs through the monthly subscriptions. They don't feel like expenses. They feel like necessities, like parts of her identity. There's the $12.99 for Adobe Creative Cloud. Work expects her to know it, even though they don't pay for it. There's the $24.99 for the Calm Meditation app, because her doctor said she needs to manage stress. The $10.99 for premium Spotify ads would interrupt her focus, and she needs to focus to earn. The $18 for Duolingo Plus, because she's the kind of person who is learning Spanish for fun or for future travel she never actually plans. The $14.99 for extra iCloud storage, holding 4,000 photos, most of them of her dog, Matcha. The $1.99 for New York Times cooking, though she mostly orders in. The list scrolls in her mind like a ticker tape of good intentions. On the train downtown, surrounded by people in the same uniform of puffer jackets and headphones, she scrolls. Her Instagram feed is a masterpiece of curated life. A photo of her artisanal coffee from last weekend. Machi looking adorable in a new bandana. The skyline view from a trendy rooftop bar. It looks put together. It looks successful. It feels like a lie. She gets to her open-plan office, the air smelling faintly of lemon cleaner and stale coffee. Her desk is neat. Her water bottle is trendy. At 10:15 a.m., as she's trying to write a campaign brief, another notification slides down her screen. Your annual $119.99 charge for the fitness app Strong is scheduled for tomorrow. Her stomach knots. She hasn't logged a workout on that app since November. She swore she'd get back into it after the holidays. After her vacation, after this big project. She closes her eyes for a second. The sounds of the office fade, the keyboard clatter, the distant laugh from the break room, the hum of the ventilation. All she can hear is the quiet, frantic whisper of her own thoughts. Asterisk, where does it all go? I work hard. I'm not irresponsible. I buy nice things, but not crazy things. Why does it feel like I'm running on a treadmill, spending money just to keep up with the person I'm supposed to be? Asterisk, that's the real question, isn't it? The one that makes us uncomfortable. What if your curated life, the one full of the right apps, the right subscriptions, the right little luxuries, is actually costing you your actual life? Your real freedom? Let's look at it, raw and unfiltered. Sarah opens her banking app again, and we see it with her. Not the Instagram highlight reel, but the financial reality. From the last month, $87.32 average daily spend. Not on rent, not on car payments. On lifestyle, the $13 salad delivered because she was too busy to pack lunch. The $8 oat milk latte upgrade. The $35 for an online workshop on mindful productivity she attended for 20 minutes. The $12 for a streaming service she only uses to watch one show. It's the invisible tax, the tax on convenience, the tax on aspiration, the tax on wanting to be a slightly better, slightly more interesting, slightly less stressed version of yourself. It's a tax you pay with a fingerprint or a face ID, a painless little asterisk ding asterisk that chips away at your future. Here's a fact that stopped me cold when I first read it. In 2024, a major consumer report found that 67% of millennials now spend more on monthly subscriptions than they do on their actual grocery bill. Think about that. We're investing more in digital potential than in physical nourishment. Sarah's phone buzzes with a text from her friend Chloe. Girl, this week is brutal. Wine Night Friday? My place? Sarah smiles, a real smile for the first time that morning. Yes, need it. She pick up a bottle of nice wine on the way. Probably around $25. She deserves it. She works hard. And that right there, that I deserve it feeling isn't the problem. You deserve good things. The problem is the story we've been sold. The lie that's so convincing we've built our lives on it. We've been told over and over to invest in yourself, and that's great advice. But what if we've gotten the definition of investment completely twisted? What if all this spending on the person we aspire to be is the very thing stopping the person we from ever building real wealth? What if investing in yourself doesn't mean buying another self-improvement app, but instead buying your own future freedom? What if the latte, the subscription box, the premium membership, what if they're not the prize, but the distraction? Sarah ends her day back on the train, heading home. The sky is dark now, the city lights blur past the window. She feels tired in her bones. Not just physically tired, but future tired. She thinks about the $119.99 about to leave her account for the fitness app. She thinks about the vacation she can't afford to take. She thinks about the tiny number in her savings account that never seems to grow. She believes deep down that this is just how it is. That being a modern, professional adult means this quiet, daily financial stress, that the treadmill is the only path. That is the lie. And tomorrow morning at 6:45 a.m., her phone will buzz again, and the cycle will continue. Unless she asks one dangerous, powerful question. The question we're all afraid to ask. But it's the only question that can start to change everything. What is that question? We'll get to that. For now, just notice it. Notice the buzz, the ding, the autopay confirmation. Notice the gap between the life you're living and the life you're paying for. That noticing, that's the very first step. And it's more powerful than you think. So Sarah is on that treadmill, and she's not alone. If you feel that quiet panic when you check your bank account, you're right there with her. But here's the thing we almost never admit out loud. It doesn't feel like we're re-wasting money. It feels smart. It feels responsible, even. Let me introduce you to Alex. Not his real name, but a real guy living in a nice apartment in the Reno district of Denver. He's 29, a project manager for a tech startup. I want you to picture his life. It looks incredible online. Photos of him hiking, of expertly crafted cocktails he made, of the city skyline from his balcony. He's the guy who always has a recommendation for the perfect podcast. The best steak knife, the life-changing productivity method. Alex sat down with me one evening, the blue light of his laptop screen reflecting in his glasses. He pulled up his subscription spreadsheet. Yes, he has a spreadsheet. That's how typa he is. And he said, look, I'm not irresponsible. Every single one of these is an investment. In my health, my skills, my future. Let's walk through his investment portfolio. There's Masterclass, $180 a year. He took half of a cooking class by a famous chef and 3 lessons of a writing course. He tells people he's working through them. There's Tradivate, a premium trading platform, $99 a month. He's placed 4 trades in the last year. He's down $300, but he's learning the markets. There's the Mixology Club subscription, $38 a month. He gets a box of fancy syrups and bitters. He made 2 impressive cocktails for a date last October. The rest are in his pantry, behind the pasta. There's a language learning app, a premium note-taking app, a subscription to a Future of Tech newsletter, a cloud storage service for his future photography business, and a mindfulness app that sends him reminders he immediately swipes away. Alex pays $288 every single month for these tools, $3,456 a year. And when he looks at that number, he doesn't see an expense. He sees potential. He sees a future version of himself who is a polyglot, a master trader, a sought-after mixologist, a visionary thinker. He's not buying products. He's buying identities. He's purchasing little pieces of a person he believes he should be. This is the villain, and it's a sneaky one. It's not laziness. It's not even being bad with money. It's a specific, seductive false belief. The belief that says, asterisk, asterisk, my curated subscriptions are investments, not expenses. Asterisk, asterisk, we've been sold a story that self-improvement is a click away. That for $19.99 a month, you can become a new person. And so we collect these identities like digital trading cards. The creative, the intellectual, the wellness guru, the investor. The chef, each one comes with a monthly fee and a promise that we're getting closer to our best selves. Let me show you what this actually looks like, in a way that might sting a little. Imagine Alex's digital self, his avatar. It lives in his phone. This avatar has a beautiful, minimalist room. On the walls, instead of art, are glowing icons of all his subscriptions. The Masterclass AM, the sleek trading app logo, the little cocktail shaker icon. Every month, when the payments go through, the room gets a little brighter. The avatar looks sharper, more interesting. It's surrounded by the tools of a dozen exciting lives. Now, pull the camera back. See Alex himself in his actual physical apartment? It's nice, but it's quiet. He's sitting on his couch, the glow of the TV on his face. He's scrolling. The tools are all there in his phone, but they're unused. The avatar is rich with potential. The real Alex is just tired. And $288 poorer this month, again.
He is paying a toll to live in the hallway between who he is and who he thinks he should be. And that hallway is getting more expensive every year. Here's a fact that changed everything for Alex. I want you to really hear this. It's not a scare tactic. It's just math. Simple, quiet, powerful math. Let us take that $288 a month. The money he was spending on his aspirational identities. What if, instead of feeding his avatar, he fed his actual future? Let's say he takes that money, and every month, like clockwork, he puts it into a simple, boring S&P 500 index fund. We're not talking crypto or wild bets. We're talking the slow, steady engine of the American economy. Let's assume a very conservative average annual return of 7%. That's actually lower than the historical average. If Alex starts at age 29 and does nothing else but this one thing, moves his identity fund into a future fund, what happens? This is the internal battle. It's not about $12.99. It's about a story she's been telling herself for years. The story that she is, deep down, a visual artist. That this software is the bridge to that more colorful, expressive life. Canceling it feels like admitting that story might not be true. It feels like a small death. She clicks out of the app and goes to the Adobe website, her heart beating a little faster now. The login screen appears. She types in her password, one she remembers because it's the same for everything. She gets to her account page. The screen is clean, corporate. A button says, Manage Plan. She clicks it. A new page loads. There are options to upgrade, to switch plans, and in small gray text at the bottom, Cancel Plan. It looks so innocent, so final. She can feel the pull to just close the laptop, to make another cup of tea and watch some TV and deal with it later. This moment, right here, this tiny, quiet moment of discomfort, is where the entire game is played. This is the hinge that 95% of people never swing through. They get to this exact point, feel this exact chill of loss, and they step back. They choose the comfort of the old story over the uncertainty of a new one. Sarah closes her eyes. She thinks about the math from last time. That $12.99 a month invested isn't just money. It's a future employee. She pictures a tiny, cheerful cartoon robot holding a sign that says 12 non-knees. Every month, that little robot would go to work for her, silently building something in the background. While she sleeps, while she works, while she lives. She opens her eyes. The cancel plan link is still there. She takes a breath that feels like it comes from the bottom of her stomach. She moves the cursor. It hovers. The pointer turns from an arrow to a little hand. She clicks. A series of pop-ups appear, designed to make her second guess. Are you sure? You'll lose access to all these powerful tools. Maybe you'd like to pause your subscription instead. Here's 50% off your next 3 months to stay. Each one is a test. She clicks. Continue to cancel. Her mouth is dry. The final screen asks for a reason. She scrolls through a drop-down menu. Too expensive. Found a better product. Temporary. She stops at, I no longer need this service. She selects it. It feels like a confession. A true one. She clicks. Submit. The screen refreshes. A green checkmark appears. Your plan has been cancelled. You will retain access until March 7th. That's it. No fanfare, no drama. Just a checkmark and a date. A weird, empty feeling washes over her. Not good, not bad, just empty. Like she's just cleared out a drawer she hadn't opened in years. She looks at the yellow highlight on her notepad. It's just a mark now, not a judgment. She finds the next line. Strong. Fitness app. You've done it. You found your first soldiers. Maybe it was $10, maybe $50. The number doesn't matter. What matters is that they're yours now. They were lost, trapped behind the lie of a subscription you forgot about, and you went and got them back. So, here's the beautiful question that comes next. The one that transforms this from an act of cancellation into an act of creation. You have your little army now. Your $31.96. Your handful of rescued cash. Where will you deploy them? Imagine this. The alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m., and something is different. Before your mind can even kick in with its endless to-do list, a notification pops up on your phone. It's not a bill. It's not another subscription renewal notice. It's a simple, clean alert from your investment app. Daily transfer. Complete. $5. It happened while you were sleeping. At exactly midnight. Like a tiny, faithful night shift worker, the automation you set up last Sunday went to work. It quietly moved $5 from your checking account into your new investment account. The sound it made in the digital world was probably a soft whoosh, but in your heart, it feels like the satisfying forward click of a gear. This is the daily war. It's not fought with grand declarations and big dramatic moves. It's won with silent, automated consistency. This is where your rescued money gets its mission. You didn't just cancel those subscriptions. You redeployed the funds. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, step by step. No vague advice, just the real process. Step 1. Automate the first dollar. Last Sunday, during what we'll call your money date, you open an app like Acorns or Robinhood or whatever you prefer. This isn't magic. It's just a simple tool. You link your checking account. Then you set up a daily recurring transfer of $5. The cost of one fancy latte you decided not to buy. It's not a monthly lump sum that feels overwhelming and scary. It's a daily drip, so small you'll barely even notice it's gone. The transfer happens at midnight, every single day, rain or shine. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to feel motivated. You don't have to remember. It just happens. The first soldier is officially on patrol. Step 2. The 72-hour want rule. Later that same day, you're scrolling online, and you see an ad for these beautiful, handcrafted ceramic bowls. The ad copy says they're art for your kitchen. A set of 4 costs, $128. The old you would have clicked buy now, justifying it as elevating your home. But the new you feels that same pull, that desire for the beautiful object, but does something different. Instead of buying, you take a screenshot. You open a note on your phone titled 72-hour list, and you paste it right in. Then you set a reminder on your calendar for 3 days from now. The rule is simple. If you still actively, truly want it in 72 hours, the money has to come from a found source. That means selling something old, picking up a small freelance gig, or finding some other way to generate the cash. It cannot come from your regular accounts. Step 3. Substack. Your subscriptions. A few days go by, and a friend starts raving about a new app that curates long-form articles. It sounds intellectual, worthwhile. It's only $8 a month. You're tempted. But instead of just signing up, you apply a new rule. If you want this new $8 subscription, you have to stack an equal $8 into your investment account every month. You want the thing? Fine. But you have to pay your future self the same price. So you stop and think about it. Do you want this app for $8? Or do you really want it for $16? You decide you don't want it that much. The subscription stays uncancelled because you never even started it in the first place. Step 4. The weekly money date. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. You've got your coffee in your favorite mug, not a to-go cup. You open 2 apps on your phone, your bank app and your investment app. You spend exactly 20 minutes. You're not here to judge yourself or feel guilty. You're just here to observe. You see the 7 little $5 transfers from the week, like a line of tiny footprints marching across your account. You see the total slowly ticking up. There's the $35 from your automated transfers, plus the $31.96 from your canceled subscriptions that you moved over as a lump sum. Your total is now $66.96. It's not a fortune, but it's proof of concept. It's real, and you feel this flicker of pride, clean and quiet. Step 5. The visual tracker. This might be the most powerful step of all. On your refrigerator, next to a photo of you and a loved one, you tape a simple piece of graph paper. There are no dollar amounts written on it. That's the trick. There's just a line. One single red line, starting at the bottom corner. Every Sunday, after your money date, you take a ruler and a pen, and you extend that line a tiny bit, up and to the right. It's not about the number. It's about the direction, the relentless upward direction of your progress. This is the process. It's boring. It's not sexy. And that is precisely why it works. But let's be real. This war isn't without setbacks. Last Wednesday was a brutal day at work. A huge project went sideways. You felt undervalued, exhausted, and completely drained. At 5 p.m., that old familiar urge rises up like a tide. You deserve a treat. A big one. You open the DoorDash app. You fill a cart with sushi from your favorite expensive place. The total comes to $48. Your finger hovers over the place order button. The stress from the day is screaming for the comfort of that immediate gratification. This is the internal battle, part 2. It's no longer about ignorance. It's about weathering the storm of your own emotions. You close your eyes for a second. You think about that visual tracker on your fridge, that little red line. You ask yourself, will this $48 sushi, eaten alone in my living room while I mindlessly watch TV, feel better than seeing that red line jump up next Sunday? You think about the 72-hour rule. If I still want it on Saturday, you tell yourself, I can get it as a reward. It feels like a weak compromise, but it's something. You close the app. You go to your kitchen and make yourself a fried egg on toast. It's fine. It's just food. You realize the craving for the treat wasn't about hunger at all. It was about finding a quick salve for a bad day. The egg on toast didn't magically fix your bad day, but it didn't make your future any worse either. And that small, quiet victory feels surprisingly good. This is the real work. The small choices, the automated systems, and the visual reminders that keep you focused not on what you're giving up, but on what you're building, one tiny rescued dollar at a time. It's not about deprivation, it's about direction. So find those lost soldiers, give them a mission, and watch what they build for you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more.
When Saturday came, she'd forgotten about the sushi. The crisis had passed. The $48 was still in her account. That was a victory bigger than any cancellation. She's not doing this alone anymore. She told her friend Chloe about it. Not in a preachy way, but in a, hey, I'm trying this weird thing way. Chloe was intrigued. They started a 2-person WhatsApp group called Future Fund. No pressure, just accountability. Now, when Sarah extends her red line on Sunday, she takes a picture of the graph and texts it to Chloe. Sometimes Chloe sends back a screenshot of her own savings app. Sometimes she just sends a trophy emoji. That's it. That simple act of sharing the tiny win with one person who gets it changes everything. Doing it alone feels like a secret diet. Doing it with a friend feels like building a clubhouse. Let's look at the timeline. Week 1, the line begins. Week 4, the line is visibly longer. The investment account has grown from that initial $66.96 to over $200. It's still a tiny sum in the grand scheme. But it's $200 that exists asterisk because of a system asterisk, not because of a windfall. Week 8, the red line is marching steadily across the page. The daily $5 transfer is now a background habit, as unnoticed as her phone charging overnight. The 72-hour list has 6 items on it. She's only bought 1, using money from selling an old coat on Poshmark. Here's the surprising, powerful fact about this daily war. Asterisk research shows that people who automate savings of less than $10 a day outperform 89% of manual budgeters within 18 months. Asterisk, not because they make more money, but because they remove the battle from their tired, decision-fatigued brain. They win the war by never having to fight the daily skirmish. Sarah's life, from the outside, looks exactly the same. She goes to work. She meets Chloe for wine. They split a bottle now, instead of each getting their own. She walks matcha, but inside her phone and on her fridge, a silent, positive momentum is building. It's the momentum of tiny, automated actions guarded by simple rules and cheered on by a friend. The dread of checking her account is being replaced by a mild curiosity. The financial static in her brain is turning down just a few decibels. She's not rich. She is, however, for the first time in a long time, gaining ground. Not running on the treadmill, but walking steadily on a path she can see. A path marked by a little red line. Your daily war will have its own soldiers, its own rules, its own graph, but the principle is the same. It's the principle of the tiny, daily click forward. It's about building a system that works for you while you're sleeping, while you're stressed, while you're not at your best. The army is marching now. You're no longer funding the ghost of a future you. You're building the foundation for a real one. One automated dollar, one resisted impulse, one shared win at a time. So what happens when this army marches for a full year? When the daily clicks add up to thousands of clicks? The change isn't just in an account number. The change is in you. It's a bright Saturday morning in October, a full year later. Sarah is in her kitchen, but not in her old apartment. The light here is different. It streams through a larger window, over a small herb garden she's growing in little pots on the sill. The scent of fresh coffee and basil mixes in the air. Matcha is napping in a perfect square of sunlight on the floor of her new apartment. She's moving differently. There's a relaxed pace to her steps. She opens her fridge to get the creamer, and there, held by a magnet shaped like a tiny gold coin, is her graph. The single red line. It has traveled all the way across the page, from left to right, a steady, unwavering climb. It's been taped to a second piece of paper and a third. This is the final page. The line has reached the edge. She doesn't need the graph anymore. She picks up her phone. There are notifications, but they're different now. A calendar reminder for her weekly money date tomorrow. A text from Chloe. Just sent my weekly $1 to Future Fund. She smiles. She opens her investment app. She doesn't hold her breath. There's no anxiety. It's just a check-in. The number on the screen is $4,217.83 ***. Let's be completely clear. This is not quit your job money. It is not buy a Porsche money. In the grand, flashy scheme of things you see online, it might seem small. But for Sarah, it is something far more powerful than a big number. It is ***, option ***, money. That $4,217.83 is the direct result of her tiny daily war, the automated $5 a day, the reclaimed $31.96 from her identity subscriptions, the extra $50 here and there from selling old clothes online instead of buying new ones, the consistent, boring weekly deposits. It's the army she built, one private at a time, and it has captured her first piece of real high ground. So what did this actually buy her? Not things. Not more stuff to fill a closet. It bought her the single most valuable commodity in modern adult life. Agency. 3 months ago, a recruiter reached out to her about a job. It was interesting, but it was a contract role without the stability of her current position. The old Sarah would have dismissed it immediately, paralyzed by the "what if I fail?" fear. The new Sarah had a different thought. She looked at her app at the growing number, and she realized she had a screw this fund. Not enough to retire on, but enough to cover her rent and groceries for 3, maybe 4 months if she needed to jump, and the net didn't appear. That security, that tiny buffer, gave her the confidence to have a real conversation, to negotiate harder. She didn't take the job, but she used that confidence to ask for and receive a significant raise at her current job. The soft saving mindset had bled into her career. She was investing in herself not with purchases but with leverage.